Hey guys, we're back, and today we're gonna do our reactions to an article we read in Cosmopolitan that was titled 11 Telltale Signs That You Have a Real Man, or You Found a Real Man, something along the lines.
And we're gonna link it down below, but this article was also featured on Snapchat on their little Cosmo stories. And we both saw it and thought it was a little ridiculous. They had some good points, but for the most part, it was like, really?
We were just like, what in the world? Who writes this?
And who takes this as like
Legit
advice? Like, no, please don't. Whoever wrote this, nah.
Sorry, but...
So the first one that we wanted to talk about, it's like a mixture of two of the Telltale Signs. It reads, one of them is, he doesn't call any of his ex-girlfriends crazy. And then the other one, the other sign that we're gonna put together, that time you talked about how your ex was a total garbage monster, he listened attentively and asked thoughtful questions. Now, if you're reading this, it's kind of
controversial.
Contradictory.
There you go. I'm trying to think of the word.
It's contradictory. It doesn't.
Yeah. And I kept saying that word, and now I can't say it.
Yeah, she actually said it the first time.
Not on camera. Like, how can a woman talk about how a man was terrible or whatever the case is, and him not talking about his crazy ex-girlfriends? Like, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, and they're exes for a reason.
Yeah.
Even if you ended on good terms, there's gonna be things you didn't like, and you're gonna say that person was crazy.
And of course, if you're first dating someone, you're gonna sell yourself. It's not like you're gonna be like, well, yeah, I was a total jerk too.
Yes.
So you know what I mean? Like,
your ex is always gonna be the crazy one.
Yeah, and those two statements were like ridiculous. And what are thoughtful questions? What are thoughtful questions? It says he listened attentively and asked thoughtful questions. What is a thoughtful question? Like when you're talking about your garbage monster, whatever the heck that is.
What are you gonna say?
Like, oh my gosh, how did that make you feel?
Yeah, can you? No.
Listen,
he's just supposed to sit there and listen and let you
and
vent.
just go like this, and even if he's not listening, pretend like you're listening.
Yeah. The next one we wanted to react to was the one about your significant other shouldn't be looking over your shoulder when you're texting or Snapchatting.
I personally don't have anything to hide, so if he wanted to look over my shoulder or whatever the case is, then so be it. If I'm texting someone I've known for a really, really long time, before significant other, I'll let them know, like, oh my goodness, my friend is like acting crazy, or he or she is silly, or he or she is just dumb, or they're sending me some crazy things. Like, I don't have anything to hide, because I don't want them to feel like they need to hide anything from me. It's just mutual respect, I guess.
And even with me, like, my significant other has my password on my phone. Like, I have a password on my phone just for other people, but he has my password.
Yeah. I think mine pretends like he doesn't know mine, but he should know it by now.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll snow him. I'll show him the Snapchats I'm like sending someone, or someone sends me. Like, it doesn't. I think it's a good way of interacting with your significant other to do social media together instead of ignoring each other and doing it apart. It's kind of cool to be like, hey, look at this, or like, hey, look at what this person sent me.
Yeah. Again, if you're doing something or whatever that you don't feel you can share with them, maybe you should rethink all of that.
Yeah. Think about why it is that you feel you can't share that,
and how you would feel if they were doing that to you.
Yeah, so, exactly.
That's no.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that one.
Yeah. Another one is, he offers to go buy tampons when you run out, and this was number one.
Yeah, this is.
I don't see why that would be your first telltale sign that someone is good for
As
you.
a man, like
Yeah, is a man.
okay.
I mean, yeah, men should be able to deal with tampon, but that's not something I look for in a man. Like, number one.
You interview, do you go buy feminine hygiene products for me if I were to run out, yes or no? Like,
Yeah.
who does that?
No.
And my husband doesn't have a problem with it. I just have to be very specific. Like, this
What
is,
kind you want?
This is,
Or else they'll come back with like the cheapest Walmart brand that does not work and makes a mess everywhere. So you just gotta be specific.
makes a mess everywhere. Wow.
Okay, you want a guy that can follow instructions.
Yeah, there you go.
That can follow instructions. When you tell him you want always whatever,
Ultra thin, long, with
Yes.
wings.
that he comes back with the right one. That's the guy you want.
You know what I do? I'll like snap a photo from like online and then I'll send it to him.
Oh, that's
He's
smart.
like, oh, okay,
No,
like
that's
that.
the tip you want. The next one is he makes eye contact with kids and is sometimes even kind to them. Okay, if you're just starting to date this person and they stop whatever they're doing to go and talk to a little kid and be kind and look them in the eyes,
Boy.
creepy alert. No.
Like, what are you trying to do? Pick up on some child? Like,
Yeah,
no,
no.
that's the and you in jail.
But if you introduce them to like one of your nieces, nephews, and they actually like take the time to like, hey, and
Like, oh,
talk to
hi,
them.
like, acknowledge. I don't know. And even then, it's like, they honestly, I mean,
They don't have to. If they don't like
Exactly.
kids,
sorry.
yeah.
That's,
But you should take that into account. If they don't like kids,
and that's
you should
something
be
you-
considering whether you want kids in the future or not.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean that he's a man or not. I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, like, if a kid turns around in a booth, like, yeah, I expect him to be nice, don't be a jerk. But at the same time, like, if you're in the park and you just want to stop and be like, hey, your kid is cute or something like that, no.
Yeah,
Like,
that's weird.
that does not make him more or less of a man. Oh my gosh, these things.
Okay, and then there's one that's kind of R-rated that we're choosing not to talk about. But again, it's linked in the comments down below. So
Okay.
check out that article.
I'm gonna take this
Yeah.
badly written article, I feel. I don't know, because for me, the first telltale sign of a man being a man would be like he works hard.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't mind getting his hands
He's
dirty,
responsible.
or yeah, like
He pays his bills on time.
you know, like, I would think that's a little bit more like it suits the article more. Not, oh, he's gonna go buy me pads and tampons and
Yeah.
and
Go talk to children.
yeah, like
On
no.
his spare time. One that we kind of liked, the tip that is, he doesn't make a whole fuss about things when you go out with friends. And that one was reasonable. But to an extent, like, if you're going out with your friends all the time and you're leaving him alone, then why are you in this relationship? Just
If you want to be dating your friends, go date
Yeah.
your friends.
go have fun with your friends. But if it's like a girls' night or your friends are coming over for dinner, like, yeah, he shouldn't make a fuss because they're your friends. Like,
And it should be the other way around. If
Yeah.
he wants to go out, then yeah. My thing is, I don't have a problem with my husband going out with people, but he's my only friend, so he kind of has to get used to the fact that I'm gonna text him.
okay, so the next telltale sign is he cares about the things that you care about.
You best believe you better care about what I care about. If there's something you've been wanting to do, or you've been wanting to go to a restaurant, or you've been wanting to, then yeah, he should make an effort. Even if he really doesn't want to do it, he should do it.
The next one is he does not hog all the sheets and blankets when you sleep in the same bed.
I've only experienced that like maybe a couple of times with my husband, like, and yeah,
For me, it's like I'm the sheet hogger, and so we solve this issue by each of us having our own blankets. Not
that big of a deal.
if you're gonna nitpick at little things like that, you're gonna have a lot of problems. Let me tell you. Pick your battles.
Yeah,
Because that's ridiculous. Why would you fight about that? Like,
get on his case about not putting his clothes in the hamper when they're dirty.
Again.
That is the everyday struggle.
Pick your battles. But yeah, that does not make a person a man or not.
Yeah.
Because then that means I'm not a woman because I hog the sheets. If you put me to the same whatever standard, like, come on now.
Man, this article is a lot more ridiculous than I like
initially.
Yeah, like when I was reading it, I was like, okay, this is pretty ridiculous. But now that we're actually having a discussion about it, I'm just like, damn, this thing is ridiculous. You know, like, who? I'm sorry, but honestly, like, who wrote this?
And what do your relationships look like? Because if you're fighting about blankets and tampons. So the last one we're going to talk about.
I think we've gone through all of them, no?
No, we need one more, I think. I don't know, we probably missed a few. But it's, he does the dishes and performs other household tasks.
Excusez-moi.
Bless you. He does the dishes and does other household tasks. Not only does this not determine whether a person is a man or not, it just determines whether you're an adult.
Yeah, plain and simple.
If you can't do your own dishes, if you can't do your own household tasks, then you probably shouldn't be in a relationship.
And if you can't adult, then I'm sorry.
And if your significant other can't adult, then you should reconsider whether you want to deal with that.
You really, that is a big factor. Like, you have to see, honestly, you have to be with someone who is at your level. Or, you know what I mean? Because, yeah, no, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
So the things we think this article should have said is that your man has goals or something like that, or is responsible. And cares about his children or his family.
Or he gives a damn about life. You know, because some people really just don't, and that's not just men, just people in general. You know, the article was pretty ridiculous, and I don't care for it. I think it upset me more than I thought it did, because they're pretty. I'm sorry, but it's kind of stupid.
And it makes women sound really stupid if you think about it. Like, these are the things that we worry about. These like
oh my
tampons.
Gosh, you took the sheets of gas.
Yeah,
like,
no.
I'm sorry. There's more to life than sheets on a bed.
Yeah. So check out the article. It'll be linked down below. Tell us what you think in the comments.
Yeah, but
and if you completely disagree with us,
let us know.
Yeah, go right ahead.
You know, we respect your opinion.
Okay, and to end the video, we just wanted to apologize again for leaving for like a month.
Absent. Yeah. Take it away.
Yeah, so for the past month, I got really sick. I ended up hospitalized again because of my heart condition. And I had to be in the hospital for like a week.
It seemed like an eternity, actually.
Yeah, I got really sick prior to being hospitalized. I could not get out of bed at all. I couldn't even walk to the restroom on my own. So since then, I was hospitalized and put on different medication, blah, blah, blah. When I got out of the hospital, I was still pretty weak. And then our schedules were all over the place. She works full-time. So just with everything on top of that, trying to get together and film is hard sometimes.
Hard, yeah, and then we don't live right around the corner.
Yeah, we live kind of far. Right now I'm feeling better. My medication seems to be working right now, but we never know.
I know. You look better.
Yeah, thanks.
And, you know, so we apologize for taking so long to come back, but fingers crossed that we continue to do this.
Yeah,
it's always fun. Alrighty, so I also wanted to do a shout out like a couple of months ago.
About a month ago, I think.
About a month ago or so, we were camping, like
Your
my family. We were camping, and my husband's friend was there, so he stayed behind while me and the children were going to go back home because we were like, we were done. and when I was about to get on the freeway, I just see hands like, hey, you know, like, hey. And I normally don't stop to help people if I'm by myself, especially if I have my kids. But something told me to do it, so I stopped, and sure enough, it was these young kids who, you know, they were road tripping from Utah out to California, and they needed help, so I kind of helped them out. And then being I felt like so terrible for doing this, but at the same time I felt like it was a perfect opportunity. I was like, hey, can you guys do me a favor, can you check out my YouTube channel, we're trying to do stuff and blah blah. So they subscribed, so hopefully, anyway. I think
they're still watching.
I hope they're still, yeah, I hope, you know, and we haven't posted since they subscribed.
Yeah.
So let me know how your trip back home went. And if you're watching this, hi, I hope you guys are good.
And thanks for subscribing.
Yes, thank you so much. I know I was kind of a jerk, but I just felt like I was a jerk because I was like, hey, by the way, like, you know, you need help right now, but can like you subscribe? But anyways,
like this crazy lady.
Yeah, like, ew, did she really just do that? I hope that y'all don't think that. But yeah, let me know how you're doing. Leave a comment down below if you want, or follow us on our social media. Let me know how you guys are. But,
yeah, on that note, thanks for watching, and don't forget to check us out.